Welcome to Sports for Dummies. I am your host, Taylor Allison, and with me today on this week's episode to talk all things rugby is Steele Bay. How are you doing, Steele?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you, Taylor?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So, can you give us a little rundown on rugby in general? To me, it just looks like a bunch of people on a field throwing a ball around. So.
Well, it kind of is.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got two teams, 15 players on each, and it functions, it's a fast flowing game with offense and defense. And essentially, you're trying to take the ball and you want to get past the defense and score a try. But it's a very fluid game. So you'll have, on defense, you're set up as a line across the field.
Okay.
And on offense, your goal is to try and pierce that line.
Yeah.
So you'll have like phases and plays set up to attack that and create overlaps. So you'll try and, on offense, you try and create some depth. And on defense, you want to make sure you spread out, you don't have any gaps.
Girl, you gotta slow down.
Okay.
What are the rules? Like, what are the main rules that you can't break?
Okay, well, I'd say the most obvious one is don't pass the ball forwards.
Is that obvious, Queen?
I guess maybe not to everyone. So don't pass the ball forwards.
Okay.
You can kick it forwards if you want.
Okay.
Obviously, passing backwards is okay. One of the big rules, like let's say you're on defense, when someone gets tackled, that's called a ruck. So essentially what's going to happen is you have players fighting for possession of the ball, like kind of like crawling over it, I guess, trying to rip it out. And if you're on defense, until the ball has been pulled out of there, you cannot cross that ruck. You cannot go past it. That's called going offside.
Oh, offside. I've heard that before. Okay, interesting. Okay, and there are different versions. I heard you say that there is 15 on 15, and then there's also 7 on 7. I knew that. Okay, so explain what's the difference between the two?
15s is kind of like your classic rugby or rugby union. There is another type of union as well, rugby league, but we won't get into that because we play rugby union here at Sheridan.
Got it. Okay.
But sevens is essentially a stripped down, faster version. So you're still playing on a huge field, but you have 7 guys on each side, and it's a shorter game. It's only 14 minutes. So it's a lot of running, a lot of cardio, and a lot of scoring.
Got it. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting. And what are the different positions that you can play?
Well, there's quite a few.
He's like, okay.
They're separated by the forwards and the backs.
Okay.
And so your forwards are kind of your stronger, beefier, not quite as fast guys, and they spend a lot of time in rucks, or they're the guys who do, I don't know if you know the scrum, where you have 8 guys on either side, and they're pushing against each other for possession.
The big legs.
So those are the big guys.
Got it. Okay.
And you've got your front row within there, which is you've got your 2 props and your hooker. And your hooker, quite literally, hooks the ball.
Okay.
He will try and kick the ball out of the scrum with his legs.
Okay.
So that's why he's the hooker.
Okay,
among
cool.
other reasons.
And are between like 15 on 15 and 7 and 7, are the positions different? Like how does that change?
Sevens is essentially just a stripped down version. So you'll have 3 forwards and 4 backs.
Okay.
So it's just a lighter package of the same thing. Kind of same setup. You still have your forwards trying to hit rucks when you can, although the load is shared a little more because there's so few people on the field, and you just kind of have to get in there.
Makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and I have a really important question.
Oh boy.
So, I always see the big cheerleader lift where you lift your friends up in the air. What's that all about? It looks like so much fun.
So, unfortunately, I don't take part in that.
Oh, sad.
I wish.
Okay.
It is a lot of fun. But it's called a line-out. And essentially what happens, let's say someone gets tackled out of bounds, you're going to have someone from the other team throw the ball in, and both teams are going to be on either side, and you're essentially just jumping up and competing for the ball, competing for possession.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. And you can run all kinds of plays off of that as well. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, interesting. Well, that's a lot to take in. So for all our the dummies amongst us, you may struggle to remember all of that. So we're going to be right back after a quick break, but we'll be back super soon.
Hey Siggy, what has 3 P's and rhymes with up it therapy?
Puppet therapy! Has your home ever been invaded by goblins?
Hello.
Attacked by a dragon? Or even broken into by an innocent-looking girl who ate all your porridge and slept in your bed? Well, you, my friend, need the Three Bears brand new home security software. With this new system, the Three Bears have teamed up with Merlin the Wizard to bring magic into security. Using Merlin's magic powers, he will teleport authorities to your location immediately in case of emergency. A dragon set your house on fire? Bam! The fire department is there in seconds. That witch hunter is trying to kidnap your children and eat them again? Pow! The witch hunters are already there to take them down. When you're with the Three Bears security company, no security is too small or too large for them to handle.
Hunting hard. Me know that. That's why me make new invention. Hunting stick. Me friends still live if them have hunting stick. Hunting stick kill animal. Demonstrate. Look. Wife. Wife, make dinner. No kill. Kill. Buy hunting stick at me cave. Only to bury.
Welcome back, dummies. Before we visit this week's dummy, David, on the field, we asked some students their opinions about David's capabilities as a rugby player. Let's take a look.
Think fast, chuckle nuts!
Do you think that this guy could survive being tackled by a rugby player?
I think you'd struggle.
Maybe. I don't know. It depends, how much he works out and stuff.
Oh, no shot. No.
Does he look like he works out?
Nah. I could tackle him, I think.
What is the best way to avoid getting tackled in rugby?
Not be British.
Scream really loud. Get away from me.
Run away.
Running.
Being on the far side of the field.
Like a pivot, or like turn 360 almost, just like, oh, gotcha.
What would your advice be for someone who's playing rugby for the first time?
Don't step on the ball, because it's really easy to roll your ankle when it's on the floor.
Padding. And please don't break your collarbone.
You don't be strong, man. You don't be strong. Like, tough. Yeah. And maybe tall.
And what is your advice for a person playing rugby?
To become British. Try not to get tackled, I guess.
Have fun with it and be careful.
Don't take my advice.
And here comes number 28 with the ball, and oh, what a fumble! Oh.
Now it's time to see if David will survive his time on the field. Let's see how he fares.
Hi, my name is David, and I'm here with my friend Steele, and today he's going to teach me rugby and how to do a gubbersnick. Grubber.
My name's Steele. I'm a varsity rugby athlete here at Sheridan, and we're going to learn how to pass, how to tackle, how to kick a grubber, and if we have time, a king, queen, and jack formation.
No, it's like chess.
Yeah, a little more physical, but like chess. And if he can complete a grubber, he's going to earn this beautiful crown here, which I will bestow to him.
Like the king.
So we have two basic types of passes. The first we're going to learn is called a pop pass, and it's used for really close encounters. Like if we were this far away, we'd do a pop pass. And all that means is I'm going to hold the ball from the bottom here, and I'm just going to pop it to you. Like that.
I got it.
I feel like, yeah, okay. So when the ball comes to you, you want to absorb it. You want to use the momentum as your friend. So if the ball's up high, you want to kind of make this diamond shape so that you see how the shape of the ball kind of is a point. You want to absorb that point. Or if the ball is coming towards you, you want to pull it into your body. So I'm going to pop it to you.
Okay.
Pop. It's a flick of the wrist, exactly, just like that.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, we're going to move on to something a little more complex now.
Okay.
So I'm going to back up a little bit. We're going to do something called a spin pass.
Oh.
So with the spin pass, all you're going to do is you're going to pull it back, try and keep it as straight as possible, and you're going to twist your wrist and spin it through like that.
I
you
got
okay?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's try.
Wait.
Release. Oh, sorry. Whoa. Let's say we're in a game, okay? And we're attacking this way, and you're my support player.
Okay.
What you're going to do is you're going to follow behind me, and let's not too close, not too
No.
close. That's a good distance. And let's say there's a defender coming up on us. Now that I've got the ball, he's got to choose between the two of us. So I'm going to get as close to him as possible. You're going to stay out just a little bit wider, and once he gets real close, I'm just going to pop it to you.
Oh. Is it still in play?
It is not.
Oh.
Yes. Now, we're going to get into something a little more fun. Tackling.
Oh.
I'm not going to tackle you, and you're not going to tackle me. We're just going to talk about the basics. So you're safe for now. So I'm going to come in, plant my leg, get low, and the first point of contact should always be the shoulder. So I'm going to drive my shoulder into his waist, and I'm going to wrap my arms. We call it boxing arms, because as soon as my shoulder makes contact, I'm going to punch through, and I'm going to wrap.
Okay.
Ideally, you try and keep the form as much as possible. Sometimes you're just going to have to come in and try and get as good of a hold as you can. A major penalty in rugby is if you make no attempt to wrap. If you just come in, like some football players do, and you just hit him with your shoulder or get him as hard as you can get a yellow and sometimes even a red card. So you always have to wrap. Now, we're going to learn our crowning skill, the grubber. The grubber is a very important kick for rugby, and it's often used to break defensive lines. A very important aspect of the game is that when you're on defense, you have a line of players who are all attacking and creating pressure. When you're on offense, your goal is to get past that line. Sometimes running doesn't do the trick, and so you kick. You hold it around waist to knee height, and you want to hit the top of the ball. This is so that it bounces along the ground quickly, and then it pops up. So in a moment, I'll demonstrate once more, and then David here will get a chance to try the grubber. And then it pops up. David, are you ready?
Yeah. Like this?
Kinda.
How do I hold it?
So, you know what? For a first try, that wasn't bad. It's not going to earn you a crown, but it's put us in a good position to get there.
Okay.
That was great.
Good?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
There we go. A grubber. Congratulations. Should I go get that crown?
Yeah.
David, I have to say, when we started here today, I was a little worried, a little skeptical. I wasn't sure if we were going to get the job done. But you managed to find a way. So, on behalf of Sheridan College and Sheridan Rugby Varsity, I pronounce David Daniels Wong a rugby player. Bow.
Thank you. I am so honored. Maybe I'll try playing. Right after this break, we'll be back with Steele in the studio with Taylor. Oh, God.
Personally, I think it's time for David to rethink his athletic career. But Steele, how do you think he did?
I'm really proud of him.
Yeah?
He came a long way. I mean, it was a little rough at the start, obviously. Didn't come in with a lot of experience, a lot of practice, but with what we taught him, he handled it, and he brought some skill to it. So I'm proud of him.
You know what? I'm proud of him too. Maybe David isn't so dumb after all.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But,
On that note, folks, we'll be right back with more after the following messages.
And here comes number 28 with the ball, and oh, what a fumble! Oh, you could not.
What a bunch of idiots! I can do this in my sleep.
You really think you've got what it takes to be an athlete?
Yeah, I could do it.
All right, let's see what you can do.
Wait, what? Oh, where am I?
Come see a cavalcade of amateurs fail hilariously at your favorite sport. Sports for Dummies. Tune in Fridays at 10:30 a.m.
Strength, nobility, unrivaled prestige. For centuries, one name has reigned supreme in the realm of transportation. Horse. Why walk when you can ride like a king?
Walking in this day and age, you best get your life in order, you foolish pleb.
Drank a bit too much? Don't even worry. Our horses are fully prepared to make sure you get home after a fun night at the tavern with the lads. Introducing the all-new Noble Thunderhoof 400. Ride with honor. Rule the road. Own the legend.
Here's what they won't tell you about Mr. Storyteller. He's a corrupt liar, a dictator of the law. He took bribes from Rapunzel. That hairdresser is completely innocent.
I find the defendant is guilty of all charges.
Contact FMZ Media today for your story to be told.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, Steele, at the end of that clip there, I heard you call that kick a grubber, correct? Are there any other weird names or like skills that you use in rugby that are interesting to learn about?
Well, unique names. I mean, obviously, ruck and scrum are not your usual names you hear, but we've already talked about those a little bit. Another one we refer to, if you want to do a fake pass, it's called the dummy pass, which I think is a more fun way to talk about it.
That's so fitting for Sports for Dummies.
Exactly, yeah. So if I wanted to run a play in the backs, for example, which I did forget to mention the backs earlier, but the fast guys, essentially, they run all the plays. I could have the ball, I'm running, and let's say there's a guy coming in, maybe he wants to run a switch. That means that we literally just switch spots. I could run up, and then dummy or fake pass to him, and then keep going and pass to a guy on my outside.
I like it. I think the dummy is the best name we've heard on the show so far, so thank you.
Perfect.
Do you have any funny stories or dummy-like moments from your career as a rugby player?
Yes, I do. I had a dummy moment this season, actually.
Oh, lovely.
It was at the end of one of our games, and one of the other players on the opposing team broke the line, which essentially means he got past our defensive line, and he's got about 40 yards in front of him to gain before he scores. And so he's running, and I'm on the other side of the field, and so I'm chasing him. I'm trying to, get him on a diagonal and chase him. We get right down to the try line, right near where you score. And I go in for the tackle, and I get him out of bounds, and I'm all excited, and there's a high tackle. I got him. I look back at the clip, and it's just like I got him like around the neck, and so they awarded him the try, which
you failed.
Yeah, my effort was in vain.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. You know what? We all make mistakes. It's okay. It's all good. Well, thank you so much for being here and dealing with our dummy. He wasn't the easiest, but we really appreciate you being here. So we'll be right back after this break, and we'll see you soon.
It's like that.
It's shaped like
It's kind of like a football shape, I think.
shaped like, you know, I don't think I'm thinking of
A weirdly shaped football. Something like that, I think, right?
Yeah, the ball.
Oh God. The ball is shaped like shaped like a ball. I don't know.
I'm going to ask you to demonstrate this term, this rugby term. It is grubber.
Okay.
Falcon. Go.
Can we get down and like spread your arms?
Oh, yeah.
And then I get above
Oh my
you,
God.
and I'm like, and this is an intimidation thing.
Falcon, like the bird. Can you act out what you think a scrum is?
Right.
What do you think goose stepping is? Can you demonstrate what argy bargy is?
Nope.
Rubber?
Rubber. It's like a little thing. It's like. Describe rugby in 3 words. What would they be?
Rough, aggressive, and scary.
Pushing, shoving, running.
If you had to describe rugby in 3 words, what would they be?
The weird English sport.
Intense, rough, and I don't know, burly.
Hitting, like swinging, and throwing.
Okay, well, before we leave, I have one final question for you. Do you have any words of wisdom for anyone who's looking to get into rugby or too scared to start?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, give it a shot. You know, I know it seems rough and it seems really difficult from the outside, and it is.
It's terrifying,
but,
yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of camaraderie, and just it creates such a strong community when you're a part of that team, because every time you play rugby, I mean, when you step on that pitch, you're going to war. Like
Yeah,
it is
for real.
intense, and it's grueling, and it's a lot of cardio. So make sure you run and you do your cardio,
on
or
that
it's gonna
treadmill.
suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so worth it, and the friends that I've made in the sport and the friends that I still have because of it are worth any contact I've ever gone through.
Oh, that's so sweet. Very nice. Well, thank you again for being here. It was so nice to have you. Sheridan, as always, I am your host, Taylor Allison, and we'll see you next week on Sports for Dummies. Stay stupid, Sheridan.